Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, spiritual brothers and sisters. How are you? I hope all is well with you. So this is Teacher Kaitesi as usual, and I have some messages for you today. So yesterday we talked about judgment, and some people in my emails were really wondering whether it's necessary. And this is why it's necessary, okay? One, there's certain information that, you see, like I told you, the Spirit wants to know how honest you are with yourself, because there are certain things you know and certain things you've seen and you have been hiding from them. Yeah, like every time you're thinking about your family, there are certain things you're so afraid to actually come face to face with. And if you do not face them, then you can't really grow. That is why the judgment is necessary. Secondly, the judgment is necessary because there is certain information that you actually don't know that is going to be revealed to you. Once you judge and you give your honest opinion about what you know and what you have seen and how you have seen it and how you have understood it, there's other information about your family, your friends, your children, your co-workers that is going to be revealed to you. There's a certain part of the Spirit that is going to link up with you to always give you the right information about people. You understand? That's the one that will help you in leadership. You've seen when like presidents are at a place and someone asks a question to the president, and as this person is asking the question, someone usually comes and whispers to the president and tells them who that person is. Like if you've seen that during conferences, they come and tell you that is so and so, they are from here, and this, so that way the president at least gets some information on who this is and what kind of character they are, before usually they get answers. You understand? So this spirit is now a new spirit that is going to link up with you from the Most High, so that when you're in a place and someone is talking and someone has questions for you, because trust me, these people are going to do their best to try and put us down. When we take our positions, they're going to do their best to be coming up to you and asking questions which they think are tough for you, or they think they're asking you personal questions which are going to, take you back to a time maybe when you were going through some hardship, some whatever situation, okay? So the reason why you're going through this judgment and giving your own honest opinion is so that you can link up with that part of the Spirit, that part that will always give you information about people. As soon as you meet people and you start talking to them, there is going to be a spirit that has linked up with you that will always tell you who this is, what they really are, the character, the nature of this individual. You get? So it's very, very beneficial to you to do this judgment so that you can link up with that spirit. Because let me tell you something. For me, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. I meet people who seem to be upright in society and people are speaking very highly of them, and I look at them and okay, and then I just wait. And then the Spirit will tell me information, and then I wait, and sooner than later I will see them be exactly what the Spirit told me. Okay, so it's necessary for you to do this judgment so that you can link with that Spirit. This is part of your spiritual growth. You had this spirit of discernment. You had a very strong spirit when you were young. Okay? It's just that maybe many of you don't seem to remember, but try and link with your young self. I told you, look at old family pictures. As you look at those pictures and see yourself when you're young, certain parts of you will begin to come back to you, and you'll begin to remember who you are. You used to be able to look at people and know their nature without even having to talk to them for very long. But all that was taken away from you. Okay? So the reason for this is so that you link up with that spirit again. And please, I still hope that you're calling all your energy, your magic, your power back. Okay? I hope you're calling it back. Okay? So that's part of the reason why we did the judgment. Some people asked. Also, someone asked about how spirituality can be a personal activity. Spirituality is personal, because how you relate to God is not how I relate to God. It is not really a group activity. Once in a while it can be a group activity as a family with you and your husband and your children, and you're singing and you're praising and you're thanking for things which have come to all of you as a family, as a unit, okay? But most spirituality in this time that we are in, spirituality is a personal activity. It's a personal, you sit by yourself, you communicate with God, you talk, because you can pour out yourself to the Most High, and then you get your honest answers. But these things of going into group practices of spirituality, churches, and I don't know, sales and what, these things are not good anymore. You see, these things were done because the church wanted to link us up with all these other people. This is part of how we were losing our power to them. This is part of how we passed on our energy to them. You reach church, they tell you, hold hands and we do this prayer. Hold hands and we do this. Hug your neighbor and tell them this. Prophesy for your neighbor three good things. I've been to church. I know all these rituals that they do. All these are things which are done to exchange energy so that the good ones give to the bad ones and the bad ones give to the good ones. Okay? This is how church is carried out. It is for that purpose. That's why there is all this, hey, when we are in the same church, we are all in the same, we're not in the same spirit. Everybody is in the spirit which is within them. Do you understand? This is why it is not a good thing for you to think that your spirituality is something you're going to do with a bunch of friends and a bunch of people just because you live in the same community. No, not really. Okay? Spirituality is personal. Okay? It is you. Sit, get time. That's why I told you yesterday. Find time, sit, get a place that is quiet and talk to the Most High yourself. Talk about everything you feel you want to tell your parent. And after you have talked to them, listen to what they also tell you. Because usually they also have something to tell you. Okay? So it is personal in that way. Then someone else also asked about life path numbers. There are many videos on the internet teaching about that. If you check on YouTube and you put how to calculate my life path number, it will show you. Okay? It will show you, and I realized that it's right on. For me, the time when I did it, the first time I did it, I had truly forgotten much about my being an artist. But once I did it, it came out so correctly. It really put my nature right there, my character, and I was wowed, you know? So it is very good. Do it and find out whether you're in the right path or you have strayed, you know? Yeah, I don't need to teach it to you. Go to the internet and teach it to yourself. I'm a teacher, I'm a guide. I'm only guiding you through certain things. I'm not going to give you all the information. And by the way, whatever information I give you, it is just highlights. It is for you to go back, meditate on, and talk to the Spirit and ask, teacher told us about this, so teach me more about it. Because I realized that when Spirit is teaching me about it, how Spirit explains it, when I come here to tell you about it, it's not how I tell it to you. Meaning that how the Spirit explains it to me, it's not how the Spirit gives it to all of you. You get? So furthermore, it is good for you to meditate on that information and then ask the Spirit to teach you. Because then the Spirit will give you your specifications according to what you need. Okay? And then someone else also asked about if I think that going to herbalists or witch doctors is wrong, what is wrong with that, because they feel that it's part of African spirituality. Now, let me tell you something. I'm not against African spirituality, but I don't know much about it. Okay? We have been lost from African spirituality for over 100 years. Are you sure that you're practicing it right? Okay, I know that there are some people that stayed on with it, but what I know is along the way it got distorted. It got distorted and became witchcraft somewhere along the way. So you have to be very careful. This is, you see, for me, there are even times when the Most High has told me about a certain herb. Yes, but this is how it happens. If you need a certain herb or you need a certain ritual done, usually the Spirit will lead you to that journey. It is not necessary. You see, the one I'm talking about is where you say that I know so and so. They go to witch doctors. Their family is working well. Their business is doing well. Let me ask them to help me. Then you purposely go to somebody to ask because you know that they go to witch doctors and things are working for them. That is not right. Okay, what works for one person doesn't mean that necessarily it should work for you, and it doesn't mean that you're all in the same spirit. Do you understand? This person who's taking you usually will even rob you of some things, and also that witch doctor will rob you of other things. Yes, they may give you the husband you want. Yes, they may give you that wife that you want. But is that really what God wants for you? Do you really know the wife that is supposed to be for you? Because there is a man for everyone, there's a woman for everyone. When the Most High was creating us, we were created in perfect pairs. There's an individual that is for you, that fits you right, that is right with you, okay? Even when you fight, even if you go through what, it doesn't matter what you go through, but you're happy together at the end of the day. That is the one you can go through thick and thin with. That is the one where it should be described as whether through health, through illness, through poverty, you can make it through with that person. But that one is the Most High who gives you that person. It is not some witch doctor or some wizard or some. It is not. Okay? So for you, and also something else the Most High told me, and this one he emphasized. The Most High said that anytime you go to a place and you're told, bring a chicken, bring a goat, bring this, and they have to cut it and pour blood and do some chant and then do for you a ritual, that thing is not bringing forth a good thing for you in the long run. Me, let me tell you, for the time I've known the Most High and all these communications that I get, I have never once been asked for a chicken or a goat or any kind of blood sacrifice, or any sacrifice for that matter. Okay? Spirits which are of light do not ask for blood sacrifices. They don't. They don't ask. These are spiritual beings. Why would they need to eat? Why would they need? There are even people who put food. I know people that put food and put milk, and those are things which they are luring people. They are luring spirits. When you see someone putting milk in a corner of something and they say that they are calling their ancestral spirit, usually they are luring actual people out of their bodies in the night as you sleep. They lure you using something that you like, and they lure your spirit out of your body using that milk, using that, I don't know, some people put oranges and honey. I've been to Uganda. There's a place where they used to do it at the lake. They put all different kind of things, but usually they are luring actual people, spirits out of people in the night, so that they call you and they use that sacrifice. They use that smell because you are still a physical being, so you're still lured by the food. But actual spirit that is pure, that is from the Most High, doesn't need any of your food or your sacrifices of blood to talk to you or to help you. Anytime you're doing that thing, know you're doing the wrong thing. You have strayed. Spirit told me to emphasize that. Because you see, when they cut the chicken and spill the blood with herbs and things, they are calling forth a spirit from another dimension to come through and do this act for you. You understand? You've called something from somewhere else. Yeah. And this is the problem with calling those things. Those things change you. The thing you don't realize. That thing comes and lives with you. Okay? Or you put it in one of us. This is what they have been doing. This is why they used to call all these things, use them for what they need, then they send them on us to come and we become their home. Do you see the problem? All these things which they are summoning, they have to stay somewhere. They have to stay within someone so that they can continue to be used whenever they want. Okay? And so that chicken which they cut, that life of that chicken goes to that realm to take place of that entity, where that entity has been, and then that entity comes forth. So every time you spill blood on herbs and chant things, they are actually opening portals. They are making portals in the other spiritual realm to bring these things here. Do you see what you're participating in? For me, the spirits that I talk to, the ones that guide me, are my spiritual guides that were given to me from when I was conceived in this world. From when God was planning to have you here, there are certain spirits that started moving around with your parents. When you were brought forth and you were birthed here, those spirits started moving with you. They have been with you. They have always been taking care of you, guiding you, protecting you. Then there's extra protection you get as you grow, because as all these people are sending all these demons on you and all these things, the Most High also sends you more, because those your spiritual guides ask for more power. They ask for more security for you. So you get in other spirits that come. And this is where at some point I told you that let's thank for our increased security, our increased protection. Okay? So these spirits are given to you by the Most High because they can see what you need, they can see what entities you're fighting against, they can see how many things have sent upon you, and so they send you this extra protection. For you, you just ask for extra protection. You have the most power. You're a magical being. You're a child of the Most High. You do not need someone to cut chickens for you and ask for you. No, you do not need that. You don't need someone else to ask on your behalf. Can you imagine if you're a child in a home and for you every time you want something, you ask the housemaid to go and ask your father what you need? Why would you need that? You see, you need to be the one to ask the Most High. I know it sometimes can seem that the Most High is not listening, but this is because you have so much stuff going on around you, you have so much stuff covering you, that your vibration is not reaching the universe properly. That is why you need to do all this clearing. That's why you need to send back all that is not yours. That's why you need to burn and release. There are so many channels on the internet that teach you how to burn and release things that are in your life that you do not need, that are not useful to you, that are not in agreement with you. You understand? Those are what we call doing your shadow work, doing your spiritual work. Do your spiritual work and remove all this dirt around you so that the Most High can have a clear connection with you. Okay? Yeah. So I had come to clarify on those two things. The Most High has never asked for a blood sacrifice. Anytime you're carrying out something, a ritual that involves blood, spilling of blood, just know that you have gone the other way. Just know that you have gone the other way, and at some point you will have to reverse and come back. Okay? Yeah, it may seem like it's working, but at some point it will fail. It will fail. It means you brought in something that wasn't supposed to be in this dimension. The spirits of light which guide us are in this dimension with us. Okay? Yeah, and they come from higher dimensions, so they can reach here. But that one which needs blood sacrifice comes from a lower place than where you are. And that's why you need blood. Because when you kill something, that means you've taken a life. That's why you take that life to replace the other one. The other one comes forth, and the one you have killed goes to take that place. So you're sending something into death. That means you're removing something from the realm of death. Okay? So I had come to clarify those two things. Yeah? So I hope I've explained them clearly, because Spirit had said I should come and tell you about especially that spilling of blood. Stop doing that. That is not African spirituality. I don't know what it is. You see, we have gotten mixed up in a bunch of things. Maybe it used to be African spirituality, but it is not something that you need to do now. We have matured. We've gone at a level where we no longer need to do blood sacrifices. It never ends well when you sacrifice things of blood. You bring around something which later will want now your children, which later will want your family member. Don't complicate your life. Okay? You talk to the Most High yourself. If you purify yourself and cleanse yourself, the Most High will talk to you. I have never had to sacrifice anything to listen or to hear the Most High talk to me. So you do not need to. Okay? So have a good Lion Day. Have a blessed day. And stay well.